Well, this is fun. Woohoo! Oh my days. Oh my days. Now then. Hello. Now then, what have we got here? Properties. Cancel that. Video capture device. Don't want sound on that. Just got audio. No. Advanced audio properties. Oh. Offset. Close. Okay. Now then. How's it looking now? Oh, sorry. V2K's on. Need a vape. Yeah, but what about now? What about right now? Bingo! Yay! Okay, sorry about that, everyone. Okay, what happened was I use a piece of software called OBS Streamlabs. It decided to update itself when I first loaded it up, and the new update has this brilliant thing where it doesn't let you live stream. It's got some sort of new account rules on your YouTube account thing, and it just didn't want to do it at all. It didn't want to get involved with that at all, which was just amazing. Little bit of admin. I'm so sorry about the delay. Sorry about the delay. Let's move past it. Little bit of admin. If you are watching this live or you're watching it on catch up, I strongly recommend you go into the top right and change the live chat setting, the chat setting from what was it? What's the option? From top chat to live chat. That way you'll see everything someone says. So if I'm talking about that, you'll get what's going on. So do that. And yeah, if there's anything you really need me to know immediately, quickly, just put it in capitals in the chat, or at me or something. I don't know, but just if I don't get to your question straight away, just ask it again or whatever. It's all good. It's all good. So that's a thing. Another piece of admin is that I'm parenting alone this evening. My wife's out, so if the kids wake up, I will have to just dash off and sort that out. It's usually a very quick thing, but if I suddenly leg it, then that's why. So there we go. Yeah, so what I had to do in the end, was to very quickly load up a completely different program and do it through there instead. So that's what's happened. So that is what's happened. That's what the last. Because literally that's the last bit. I was all set up. I had my different scenes. I had it all laid out. I had YouTube ready to connect to that software. I had it all laid out, and I literally just literally 3 minutes before you go live, you just hit go live, and then the ingestion thing comes up, and it didn't want it do it. So it was literally, that's why it was last minute, because I've been sat here prepping for ages. Anyway, happy days. How is everybody? I am vaping on my Haku, which I'm going to talk about later. Thank you to Ian Schwar for the Haku Venna hooking me up with this. I've got my Haku Venna on my mod maker Squonker, and I've got Black Box Pearl in there. Yes, that's what I've got in here. What's everyone else? What are you guys vaping? What are you vaping on? Let me know below. But this is what I've got. What are you vaping on, people? So yeah, let me know what you're vaping on in chat, and just a general hello. Are we all okay? Are we all okay? Are we all good? Let's have a look what we've got going on here. What are you vaping on, chaps? Let's have a look. Oh my god. It's not a weed plant. It's not a weed plant. It's just a plastic. It's just a plastic plant. I just thought it looked alright. I thought it looked alright. These are AA batteries. Do you remember them? AA batteries. Great thing is, your vaping charger, usually, most of them can do normal AA batteries as well. So, just charged up some AA's. Can't beat it. Let's have a look what we've got then. So we've got Stephen Longley's on the Kylin V2. Kylin V2 is super highly rated RTA. I haven't got one. The Kylin V1 was alright. It had some leaking issues. That's not fair. It had some wicking issues. It sounds like they sorted them and it's a cracking vape now. Steam Crave Titan and Falcon Tank. There we go. That's a beastie setup. Dwarf with Imperial Mint. Salix, CSO, Nudge, 22, that's Alex is on the Nudge, Bishop's on the Salix, Ali's on the V3 on Oddbox. I'm guessing you mean Evil Reaper V3 there, Ali. Knowing you as I do. Sarah's got a horrible cold. That's a nightmare. That's an absolute nightmare. Innokin Zenith on top of an ice stick. Tenebris. Payneys on Crown V4. Crown V4 is awesome. Quick update on the Crown V4. I'm still using mine all the time. I think still firmly believe it is the best sub-tank ever. Well, no, that's not fair. It's the best sub-tank I've ever used for higher watts. And I'm still using it daily, and I really like it. I went from normal coil to mesh coil, used the mesh coil up, and then I actually went back to a normal coil. And when you go back to a normal coil, you really want that mesh coil back. So I do strongly recommend the mesh coils for the Crown. Longevity is incredible, flavour's great, it's a great tank. The Crown V4 is a great tank. And like I did say on my best of wrap up video though, the Crown V4 is a lot better in non-TPD mode than TPD mode. The TPD one's actually kind of a different tank. It has a slightly different top fill. The glasses aren't interchangeable. So you really need the non-TPD Crown V4. And when most people are raving about the Crown V4, they're usually on about the non-TPD one. So there we go. Dave Apes on the Venna as well. Nata in the Sally. Graham's got Nata in the Salix. Craig's got Chroma Zenith with RY4. Classic. A classic. Some people pretending they're vaping the Saveur. Stephen Longley, Gear RTA on Proton. Right, that's another one. Like the Kylin, the Gear RTA is insanely highly rated. I have not heard a bad word about that RTA. Single coil, cloudy flavour banger, and everyone's raving about that tank. I very cleverly turned that one down. However, they are going to get in touch again when the next thing comes along. So I might have slightly misjudged that one, I guess. Didn't see that one coming. And I didn't know who they were. This OFRM people. I didn't know who they were. Apparently it's a subdivision of a very well-known vape company, but I didn't know that, and I was like, oh god, a new company's first tank. What's this? This is going to be naff. So there we go. So I didn't get that one, but by all accounts, the Gear RTA is fantastic RTA. So there we go. Another Reaper V3 half X Haku Venna X vaping buttermilk pie. Dino on the good stuff as per. The only thing with my Venna is, and Ian did warn me about this, I've got these fancy caps, you know, the clear caps for my Venna, but they're too tight. They're much too tight, unusably tight. And I'm scared to actually use these because they're getting like virtually impossible to get off. And with this kind of thing, is that even visible on camera? With that kind of thing, once it gets to the point where you can't get off, your only option is to break it off. And so I don't want to do that, so I've not been using them. So I'm back on the like Media Blaster standard cap, and yeah, it's like thing. So I thought it was kind of matchy, black, matte, and then black with the old Mod Maker dual parallel squonker. So there we go. There we go. Bogan's just done it. Right. Bogan's just done a review of the gear. Definitely check that out. Not right now, but definitely do check that out, because Sam, the Vaping Bogan, whoops, my bad. Sam, the Vaping Bogan, does remain one of the most honest reviewers on the scene. So if he likes it, I don't know what he said about it, but if he likes it, then use that as your seal of approval. There we go. There we go. Drew, we've been here since 9, slogging our guts off. Out of order. Speaking of Mod Maker, well, we are speaking of Mod Maker. Mod Maker have now set up a whole new subsection of their site, modmaker.co.uk, if you don't know what I'm talking about. They've set up a whole additional section of their site dedicated to wire and coils. And they have literally, in true Mod Maker fashion, got the lot. You've got all your Claptons, you've got your flat wires, you've got your everything you need to make fancy Claptons and aliens. Check it out. Check it out. Modmaker.co.uk. I think they've got a new tab at the top for resistance wire. Check it out. They have gone. And you know, if you know Rick, if you watch AI Dylan, I'm sure if you know Rick Grove, he's a very keen builder. He's a very cloudy builder. He likes his fancy coils. He's been making them himself for years, and he's like really scrutinized all the wires coming in, all the coiling, all the pre-made coil coming in, and all that stuff. And it's legit AF. So go and check that out when you get a chance. Next time you need wire, or if you just want to, you've always fancied having a go, you know. I believe they're going to do some tutorials for putting it together and all that sort of stuff. So that's a thing. That's a thing. So do check that out. And that wasn't a paid advert. He's a mate. So there we go. So there we go. So there we go. So that is that. So Venna on the really liking the Venna. I had used one quite a lot at Fest. I was playing with, I had a good play with one at Vape Fest last summer, and I had a good play with one then. Was it Fest or was it Expo the Return? But I spent about an hour dicking about with one, and I really liked it. I liked everything about it, the style, the vape style, the way you built it, the way you wick it, the fact that there's loads of aftermarket caps, everything. I liked everything about it, and I did list it in my top 5 of 2018. But I did say in that video I didn't actually possess one, but I was looking for one. So there we go. So that's a thing. I think shit is about to get real in a sec here. My camera's going to run out of batteries. How is that even possible? Hang on to your hats. Yeah, it is. It's going to run out of batteries. Alright, let's watch this then. Let's have a look. Hold on to your hats. We're going to have to do some very clever stuff here. Look at that. Here I am. Here I am. Oh, it's going to be a delay the other way now. Hold on. Hold on, this is a temporary measure. Unbelievable, Jeff. Can you believe it? What next? What next? The thing is, it's not like I'm just having a bad run of it, I think. I'm not being disorganised. I'm just having a bad run of it. Probably the other way around then, huh? Come on, you beast. This is quality telly, isn't it? This is quality telly. You could be watching Game of Thrones and you're watching this. Let's try again. What will happen now? What will happen this time? Didn't like that, did it? Let's have a look. Okie dokie. Right, let's just give that a second. Oh, I'm on delay now. Yeah, we've got armpits, we've got everything going on. We're not going to figure out the delay, hopefully. We're just going to flick back to the other one. What the heck do I call it new? Hello. Right, all that silly camera stuff will disappear from screen. That was pretty slick. That was a pretty slick battery change in the camera. That was pretty slick. Dino. I don't know how that happened. Literally had a full charge. What next? What next? I haven't even done it yet. So yeah, so I really like the Venna. Anyway, let's move on. Let's move on. Other things that I've reviewed recently that that thing will disappear in a sec. There we go. It's gone. Other things that I have reviewed recently that I'm still getting on with. The Orion Q. It's still, everything I said in the review I still completely stand by. It's the quality control on it is not quite as good, and the build quality is not quite as good as the DNA Go version, but I still love the form factor and I'm really enjoying vaping it. There we go. I'm still really liking it. Everything about it I really like. And oh, I've done a good few tanks on it now as well. And the coil's holding up, the 1 ohm coil, and so that's going very, very well indeed. This engine mouth to lung, I'm liking it even more now than when I reviewed it. It's got a very unique vape style for me, fully open with the thing. So I'm not sort of like comparing it to other mouth to lung tanks as such. I'm just sort of taking it for what it is. Kind of like 14 watt really restricted lung. But I was editing a video last night and vaping it and just really enjoying it. The flavour's fantastic. I do stand by what I said in the review, but I'm actually really, really enjoying continuing using it. So I do think it's pretty good. But it's just, I just think they missed a trick with that airflow ring, not providing a second airflow ring with one set of holes. And I think it could look way sexier like the other OBS tanks do. But I'm really enjoying the vape in it in a weird, unique way. So there we go. Yeah, so that's what's happened to me, Halva. I had some issues as well. Have we got a delay again now? We shouldn't have. The Cube mod is. I'm not a huge fan of built-in battery mods, but it's a clever design. It's a clever design. It's a funky mod, and it's super simple. And yeah, it is. It is a funky mod. It's a funky mod, and it's a funky kit. I'm enjoying that mouth lung kit much more than I did the sub tank version of that kit. So that is that. What else have we reviewed recently? Oh, the DV from Innokin. We're going to talk about pods in general in a bit, but the DV from Innokin, it's just the only thing that's wrong with it is the battery life, really. It's a very solid pod, It's just the battery life, to be honest. The battery life sort of puts me off taking it out and about, but it doesn't matter because my wife will pinch that next time she comes in here. So that is that Cube. Oh, Punk. The Punk again. It was literally the last review I put up. Like I said in the review, I think they missed a trick. I think they missed a few tricks there. I don't think it's perfect. I don't think it's great. So that is that. In terms of reviews coming up, no review but clap anyway. In terms of what's coming up, some of the comments, some of the chat makes it very hard to concentrate. Reviews coming up. Okay, so this is next. The poker kit from Tesla, all edited up. It's all ready to go, and that'll be up tomorrow around 6 p.m. Around 6 p.m. tomorrow. That will be up. Then that is the poker kit from Tesla. Interesting stuff. I've gone for a little bit of multi-camera angle shenanigans in that video. So just purely for, I thought I'd better warn you, purely for fun, purely in the name of fun. So that's a thing. So that's that. So purely in the name of fun, I've gone for some multi-camera stuff in that. We'll see how that goes. It'll be much more useful in atomizer reviews, because sometimes top down's not a great angle with Atties. Sometimes you want to see it from the side. So hopefully that'll be a thing. So there is that. So that's next, and then it is this bad boy. The Topside Jewel. The Topside Jewel. Still got this pixie on top. Oh, juice me up. It's still got the pixie on top. It is what it is, this pixie. But it's not bad at all. It's certainly in my style, you know. So, and I like this. Sometimes I don't like the split cap, but on this one it works quite well. The split cap. It means you're not ragging it off the device, you know, all the time. But yeah, so this is the Topside Jewel. The Topside Jewel. I did show this off last Thursday on the Adilome show, but this is coming after the poker. And yeah, I mean, it's great. It's great. It's great. Apparently, they're doing a Yeehee version of this mod as well. That's what I've heard. So that's, yeah, funky. That's it. I mean, it's great. It's a great mod. It's a great mod. I mean, it's got the same sort of board that it's got TC now, whereas the original didn't. But it's got that same board, very similar board to the Basium, which is just such a solid board. Really good battery life. It hits how it's meant, all that stuff. So it's got all that. It's got this very innovative, unique, clever top fill, massive juice capacity, massive juice capacity on it as well. So big battery life, big juice capacity, big power. If you want big power, you can fit quite big Atties on top if you want it as well. So it's pretty good. It's pretty good. Pretty good. I'll tell you what it is, right? I'll tell you what it is when you're using these DSLRs as webcams. They're not meant to be used for webcams. That's what it is. It's all such a big compromise, you know. It's going to do it like this. It's going through a capture card, then onto software to be on here, so you can see it. Whereas a webcam, it's just like, bosh, it's in your computer already. I can't believe in this day and age, with the stratospheric rise of live things like this, Twitch, YouTube and all that, can't believe Panasonic or Canon haven't actually just come out and made an absolutely epic webcam. Like they keep making the next camera, the next camera, the next camera, the next lens, the next lens. Hello, make a webcam, and you will clean up. You make an absolutely top legit webcam, because literally the best webcam is the the Logic C920 or whatever the latest iteration is, but that's the best one. That's made by Logitech, you know. So I mean, it's an absolute easy win for the camera companies if they did that. That's not what we're here to talk about tonight, though. Another thing I wanted to talk about, I'm drinking, by the way, and it has been asked in chat, so this is legitimate, drinking Robinson's apple and blackcurrant. It's only Tuesday, innit? So that's the thing. That's the thing. So yeah, what are you guys drinking? What are you guys drinking? That'd be interesting to know. But that's what I'm on. That's what I'm on. I've been to the gym today and everything, smashing it up, trying to get down a couple of dress sizes. So yeah, that's what I'm drinking. Thursday night. I drink on Thursday nights and then either Friday or Saturday. You don't care. But that's what I do. That's what I do. So that is that. Right. Next thing I want to talk about. Oh, I should say, after the Topside Jewel, stay tuned for this. Subscribe if you're not already. Look at this. This is what's after that. All clean and ready to go. It is the Lord RDA. The Lord RDA from Hugs Vape. Very unique airflow. I'm going to use this video as an opportunity to talk about airflow in general. I think we're now at the point where airflow is being used as a gimmick when it's actually one of the most definitive aspects of an atomizer. I'm not necessarily saying that this is bad at the way this airflow works, but there are some fundamental things with airflow that are really important to an atomizer, and I'd much rather than mess with everything else and give us direct airflow. Oh, anyway, we'll get there when we get there, but this is the Lord RDA. Not super quick off the mark with this one, I'm afraid, but yeah, I think it's going to be an interesting chat when we cover that, because it's such an interesting RDA. So there we go. So we will get there. What's everyone drinking? Everyone's on tea. Everyone's on tea. Steve and James is on tea. Daily Walker's on tea. Scotty Bockfoot's on coffee, tea. Coffee, tea. I struggle with my sleep. I struggle with sleeping. And so what I've done to help combat that is I don't have any tea or coffee after 5 PM. Very Halle Berry. Yeah, I don't know if it works. I don't know if it's helping or works or not. But that's just like, you know, you just set up these crazy rules. These crazy rules for living by. Like, I have coffee before 12 noon. And I have tea after. But I don't know. You just set up these rules, don't you? And you just live by them. Dom's got a brew dog. Crack and rum, Dave. It's Tuesday, mate. Drink responsibly. Pepsi Max. Derry's on the Pepsi Max. There's a lot of that in this house. I don't drink too much of it myself, but it's here. Yeah, Ringlord. I'm nowhere affiliated with the Lord RDA. I must make that clear. You know, I wish they'd have given me a heads up before using my stage name on an RDA, but there we go. This is how it goes. So yeah, so that's a thing. That's the thing. So that's that. Next thing I want to talk about. Have we done everyone's drinking? What is anyone? Peckham Spring, is that a thing? Sounds like something from Only Fools and Horses. Yeah. So that's all. That's the thing. That's the thing. Right. Next thing I want to say is thank you to those of you that voted for me in the eSig Click Awards under the Best UK Reviewer category. Came fourth, a couple of points of a percent behind third place. Came fourth, which is a lot better than I used to do. I think I came last, like the first 3 years or something. So fourth, respectable. I don't get a plaque. I don't get like a badge or anything for coming fourth. Sadly, I don't think. But I've got a 10-meter swimming badge already. So that's so I'll just continue to cherish that instead. But no, on a serious note, thank you to those that bothered. Obviously, quite a lot of people did. Apparently, you know, there was hundreds of thousands of votes. So for those that did vote for me, thank you for bothering to do that. And yeah, I'm pleasantly pleased with that. Obviously, the UK poll, Dean the Vaping Biker and Mark Todd weren't in that poll. For years now they've asked to not be included on it. Mark Todd won it for 3 years in a row or something like that. So I think he sort of wanted to hand the baton on. So neither of those are in it. Neither of those are in that poll, which slides me down to quick maths 6th. but there we go. It's a bit of fun, isn't it? It's a bit of fun. Congratulations to the Vaping Bogan, who came first in the international ones, and congrats to the other people in the UK one that did really well as well. And there's a good group of UK reviewers now, I think. I think it's nice. I think it's nice that UK reviewers are getting a bit more credit these days. So there we go. So that's that. So yeah, that's that. Yeah. So taking part that counts and all that. Yeah. So thank you to everyone that voted. That's pretty cool. Badge in the post, says Derry. So yeah. So that's that. That's the awards thing. It's all good. It's all gravy. It's a bit like subscriber count. You know, I've just hit 14,000 subscribers. It's kind of meaningless. Subscriber count. I've done this before. I've talked about this before, but the reason I never really care about my subscriber count is because it's completely irrelevant. It's a bit like when someone says, "How fast can your Porsche go?" and you go 200 miles an hour, and then you go, "Well, how fast can it go on UK roads?" 70 miles an hour. So it's a bit like it's a kind of makes a meaningless number because it sort of doesn't affect the end result. Like I suppose that for me the significant number, if I was to look at numbers, would be views per month. Views per month would be a good indicator of how many people that I've helped or in some way interested in that month, you know. So I tend to look at the views per month more than subscriber count. You know, you could have 1 million subscribers and no one watching, and what would be the point of that? So it's more about just getting views out, getting, you know, videos out there that people like and all that stuff. Glenn, am I going to do a review on the goat? I like it, but would really like to see a single coil. I'm cheap. Thank you very much for super chat. That's very, very nice of you. Thank you very much for that. Am I going to do a review on the goat? I might do a review on the goat. I don't know. If you really want me to, I will. Okay. Yeah, I'll do that. So there we go. Yeah. So like we're saying in the chat, it's more to do with just how many people view. You know, how many people every time someone watches a video, they're getting something from it. You know, even if it's just to kill 10 minutes of their life, it's still giving something. You know, they're getting something. That's a subscriber count. I mean, you don't get, like, YouTube don't pay you per subscriber. They pay you per view. Well, they don't pay you per view, but roughly speaking, they pay you per view. So views are what matters. You know, views are what counts. Nothing matters. It's nonsense. But views are far more significant than subs. And so I just try to put as many useful videos out there that people watch, and I'm more interested in how many have watched. So there we go. But having said that, I'm really pleased to hit 14,000 subscribers, and thank you to all my subscribers. There we go. So that is that. Right. A few other bits as well. I got this. Right, which way around do we do this? We rant about pods, or do I show you a new pod? So okay, well I got this in. This is new-ish. This is from Joyetech. This is the Joyetech Magic pod system. And so what's going on here is the significant bit here is ATOPAC, which means that it's kind of along the same lines as their pod system, the Penguin system, which was a semi big hit for them last year. So they're following on with this sort of Penguin style, but now in this big pod thing, and it is a big pod compared to your typical pods. This is the E-Leaf one. Can you see that? It's quite a lot bigger. I mean, I bet there's some advantages to that as well. The capacity on this is massive. I haven't got all the stats yet, but the capacity on this is massive, and the battery life is massive as well in comparison to your typical pod. But the capacity is absolutely huge. It's like, wow, it's massive. And if you're putting a Nick salt in here, it's like a year's supply in one tank. So yeah, so that's what they've got going on. Micro USB thing, pod thing like that. Just pops out like that, and you just open that up to fill it. Very Penguin-esque. And that's how that works. That's how that works. And that the other significant thing about this pod is I believe it is coilless. I believe it's coilless. And so what's going on here is similar to this, the Joyetech Cubis Max. It's the heating plate thing. Do you remember that? The heating plate thing? So I believe it's a heating plate jobby in here. So that's a thing. That's a thing. Dusty Fingers, Innokin DV Pod, Mike Vape said it has a plastic taste. You didn't mention this issue in your review. Is yours still okay? Yeah, the flavour's great. The flavour is great on the DV. Did he let it break in? Did he try another pod? I don't know. I haven't had that issue. If he has, that's a shame. But no, not at all. Not at all. Flavour's fantastic in the DV. However, this so it has one of those heating plate things. Now, it also has, I don't know if it's a deliberate decision or what, it also has really big airflow. You're not going to be able to see, but this there, see that? All of that is airflow, which is a lot airier than your average pod. But it's not powerful vape or anything like that. Oh, it's just a really airy, weak vape. And with these heating plate things, like we've discussed before, I don't think the flavour's quite there with these heating plates. So that's the thing. So it's a very interesting, on the surface, a very interesting pod, because it's got a lot of different things. But for me, sadly, the vape is bizarre. The vape is a bit bizarre. Could really do with it needs to have more power. It needs to have more power, or much less airflow. It's one or the other. I mean, that's that. So on paper, you've got a very interesting pod on your hands there. But my first impressions are flavour is lacking and way too airy. This one is airy too. This is airy as well. This is a similar sort of amount of air, the Orion Q, but it's a 1 ohm coil and it's quite beefy power wise. Dom, you don't have to do a super chat to ask a question. Just ask a question. Thanks, Dom, for super chatting me. Very nice of you indeed. My favourite breakfast cereal is I like Weetabix. I like I like Weetabix. I like Weetabix. Bit of sugar, sprinkle a bit of sugar on, brown sugar, and yeah, Weetabix. I don't have it a lot though. Not a big breakfast person. So yeah, it's only first impressions. I don't know if I'm going to do a review of this, but did you see the difference? Did you see the difference? Both airy. Surely you could see the difference there. You're looking at the amount of power the Q is giving you through the coil is relevant to the amount of airflow, whereas on the Magic, Atopack Magic, it's not. It's way too much air for that amount of power. But that's just my first impressions. I've still got to play. For all I know, it might have an adjustable power. I don't know, or different pods available. Or let's wait and see. But that's my first impressions of that. That came in a couple of days ago, and I want to talk about pods in general. Basically, where I'm at now, I did sort of talk about this in my Facebook group, which are all welcome to join. Link in the description. Now, basically, I remember Dean, the Vaping Bag years ago, sort of banning tanks. He was like, I don't really want to review tanks, so unless it's very special or I really like it, I'm not going to review tanks. I'm not going to be as firm as that, but very similar lines with pods. Unless a pod system comes in that's very interesting or different or a really interesting talking point, I'm not going to review it. I'm not prepared to put out loads and loads of pod reviews. Different reviewers are in different positions in their situation. Some are full time, some it's their job, some are getting paid to make a review, and for a million reasons, or they're really into pods. Some guys are really into pods, really into the Nick salts and all that sort of stuff, and so loads of reviewers are still going to continue to do pods. A surprising amount of reviewers are going to still continue to do pods, unless it's very interesting. I'm not. I'm in a completely different situation. I'm not charging for videos or queue jumps or anything like that. Really, I'm not really making any money on videos as such, and it's a hobby. It's pretty much purely a hobby for me. This game, and I can't put that amount of time it takes to make a video into a pod system that's just the same as the previous one. I've had about 4 or 5 in a row that have had absolutely no unique features at all. Pods that I'm interested in are like this, because it's off the back of the Penguin, it's coilless, massive battery life, massive capacity. That's some interesting features to this. This is very interesting as well. This is very interesting as well. It's got a different interface, it's got adjustable power, it's got 3D plex coils, the first thing to have 3D plex coils. It's very funky design, a very interesting pod, but I'm going to be incredible. Pod reviews on this channel are going to be very thin on the ground. I don't know. So if you're super into the pod reviews, then stick around, but there might not be that many. I'm sorry. Unless they're particularly unique, they don't interest me at all. And that's just me, and I just want to be real. And it's not that I'm turning my back on smokers or new vapors. If anything comes up better than this, for starters, for smokers converting to, this is the Innokin T18V2, by the way. If anything comes up better than this for smokers wanting to convert to vaping or new vapors or whatever, I'll let you know. I'll let you know for sure, 100%. But a lot of these pods aren't. A lot of these pods can't even hang on the same. They're just not even on the same planet as that Innokin Endura V2, T18V2. You know, so it's just not a thing. And I'm just not putting up loads of videos that are ultimately meaningless and pointless, because it's because it's just my hobby. It's just my hobby. You know, it's like I really want another really shit vaping Vick analogy, but it's just like, you know, if you had a friend who's shit at tennis, would you keep playing him again and again? Yeah, so it's just like that. The whole thing about the pods thing, I think some reviewers feel like they are helping smokers by reviewing a pod and all that, and a lot of them still have this idea that it's all about converting. All this fun and games we have, all it's all about is converting smokers to vapors. I think that's very noble and just and all that, if you believe it. My thing is not exactly the same as that. My vaping channel is for hobbyist vapors, vape enthusiasts, experienced vapors. It's like you wouldn't slag off a high-end DSLR camera YouTuber for not bothering to review a Polaroid camera, or an instant camera, or it's or a throwaway camera or anything like that. That's not what they do. They are experienced DSLR camera people, and they're making videos for experienced DSLR camera people, and so they're not looking at Polaroids or shitty little cameras that are shit. So that's the thing. So yeah, it's a thing. If something comes up amazing, I love converting smokers to vaping. It's brilliant. But really, this channel's for you guys. So that's where I'm at. Yeah. So it's not that I want people to smoke or anything, but I don't mind if people do. Actually, it's freedom of choice and all that. But yeah, that's the pod. That's the pod rant. It's not a rant at all. I'm just telling you, there's not going to be that many pod videos up here, unless they're interesting. So there we go. That is that. What else do we need to talk about? Oh, speaking of interesting, again, this is not new anymore, but this Vape AM Muse RDA, along the same lines of the Ring Lord, it's got super interesting airflow. And I secretly really enjoy the vape on it. I don't think it's a looker, but there's something so wrong it's right about this vape. The vape on here, basically what's happening with the airflow here is it goes in here. You're not going to be able to see at all. In the future we'll have two cameras, one looking down low for close-ups, and I'll sort that out, I promise. The air's going in here, it's hitting a wall, it's hitting the back wall, it's going straight through. Can you see how it's like stainless steel straight through? It's going down and then in a bit lower. That shouldn't work, that's mad. It does work though, it kind of does work. And I quite like the vape on it, so I'm a bit tempted to do a video for that as well. I've got a lot of other stuff coming into the queue as well that I can't show you. It's kind of new, and it's at work, or it's not even out of the box yet, and all that sort of stuff. So I've got a couple of Sigelli things. I've got a couple of Wismec things as well, and it looks like I've got to go out and get a goat. A goat. What are we calling it? We're calling it an RDA. I don't know. I'd be quite interested to see the rebuildable heads for the goat. That'd be a good time to do a video. I suppose, is that a thing though? Because if you want a rebuildable goat, do you just get a recoil? I don't know. I need to look into that. I am for Dion78. I am for new vapors. But the thing is, if you are a new vapor, I really strongly recommend this, and I'll be testing anything that comes in, and I'll be trying it out, and if it's great, I'll let you know for sure. But as it stands right now, if you're a new vapor, this is the thing. This is it. This is a brilliant vape, and that's genuinely where I'm at. So yeah, so that's I should read out the comments before I just answer them, shouldn't I? Sorry. So there we go. So yeah, it seemed like a mixed response to the pod thing, the pod rant. Yeah, it's a new catchphrase. I've got a new catchphrase, Schwartzy. You're not going to be able to see this. And then sometimes you can see it. It's a nice treat. Sometimes you still can't see it. So that's the thing. Is there anything specific people want me to talk about before I move on? I've got another giveaway coming up. Working my way through filling another box up. I'm just going to keep doing that now. I've got a new monitor coming tomorrow or the Thursday. So I'm going to go back to having a 2 monitor setup, so I can read chat properly and with all the software sort of stuff nailed down a bit better. I've going back to having 2 monitors, so I've got to clear out a lot of space. So I'm going to be way less hoardy with stuff, which means more things are going to go in the giveaway. Oh, are you off, Trevor? Night. See you later. So yeah, so all I'm saying is there's another giveaway on the horizon. I'm just trying to fill the box. It's about half full. Trying to get the good stuff in there as well. So yeah, that's all good. What's going on? Yeah, J Jarry says, review the gear you enjoy vaping. I feel waste time people reviewing what they don't vape. Yeah, I think so. I think it's always just going to be a hobby for me. It's always just going to be a hobby, and the important aspect of that is it always needs to continue to be an enjoyable hobby for me. And if there's another mediocre item come in that's just the same as the previous thing that came in, spending so much time making a video and testing it isn't enjoyable, and so I can't do too much of that before I'll start, going a bit mad. So yeah, so that's the thing. Adam Sablik says, sorry I butchered your surname there. Tell 3C Vape to make a new batch of Saveur. It's out of stock wherever I look. I think SR Vape still have some. If you're in the UK, SR Vape Saveur. Yeah, so sr-vapes.co.uk still have some Saveurs in stock, so there you go. In terms of 3C Vape, I haven't spoken to them for ages, and I have noticed they haven't released a tank for ages either. Sorry, they haven't released any vaping item for ages. So that's not the right thing. So I don't know what's going on with them guys, to be honest. It's just a natural cycle of the Saveur. It was new and popular and that, and then things dip off, and I have no real need to talk to them on the regular now. So I haven't really spoken to them. I just want to see if 3C Vape. Oh bollocks! I hate it when it does that. So when was this? Yeah, they haven't even done an Instagram post. They're quite prolific on Instagram. They haven't done an Instagram post since the 15th of December. So I don't know what's going on with 3C Vape. I'll try and catch up with them. But yeah, I don't know. I don't know what's going on with that. I do know that I do know that next time we go live, I'll show you the Saveur RDA that never happened. I'll show you the Saveur RDA that never happened. So that's the thing. That's the thing. I don't know how it works. The old, yeah, I don't know where that's at. The RDA didn't happen for a million reasons, but I genuinely don't know what's happening with 3C vape. I'll in fact, you know, I will find out. One thing that I also am going to do, I'm going to do a community message through YouTube, so you can see it on my subscriber list. Details of additional extras for the Saveur. A completely independent aftermarket tank maker. Alex McKenzie might, if he's still here, Alex McKenzie might have the details in chat for you guys right now. But a completely independent person has made bespoke, custom tanks and drip tips for the Saveur. Because if you remember with the Saveur, you can take off the top bit here, so you can change it to others. We were going to do like a big extras pack with loads of different ones. So he's made new tips, the tip bit, and matching tank sections of all different colours and stuff, and it's slightly different shape to the original as well. And he's done those, and so those are now actually available. If you've got a Saveur and you want to customise it in some way or what have you, then details coming very, very soon about that. So yes, stay tuned, and Alex, if he's still in chat, he might give us some more info on that. He's certainly going to do a post in the Facebook group about it, and I'm going to try and relay it to everyone when I can. Still getting loads of info about all that. Am I subscribed to Samplebox? Sam Bazar, Basnar, sorry. No, I'm not subscribed to any juice subscription service. I like them. I like the subscription services. When I first started out, I wish that's what I'd done for the first like year, 18 months. I wish I'd done that and just sampled way more juice, but in small form, so I could throw it away if I didn't like it and cross that one off, and built up a catalogue of juices I did like by doing a subscription service for a while. But now I've been vaping so long, there's very set juices I like now, and I'm not that experimental with juice. I like it when I like trying a new one when it comes in, but on the whole, I don't really vape that many different juices now. Most of the juices I get are from justadnick.co.uk. So check out justadnick.co.uk if you want some juice. So there we go. There we go. So I'm not actually subscribed to Samplebox, but I have no issue with them. It's a very slick service. I have experienced the Samplebox experience, and it's a very slick service. But yeah, I like what I like now, and all the things that I like are available from justadnick.co.uk. No, they don't. No, they don't, Dom. But they see me right, if you know what I mean. There we go. And yes, of course, as Andrew points out, John, who runs justadnick.co.uk, is my friend, which does make it a bit sweeter. It does make the juice taste a bit sweeter that it was kept in house, if you like. Oh, keeping it amongst friends, what's the same? So yeah, unless Alex is in chat, I can't give you too much more info on those extras, but that will be a major topic in the next vlog for sure, and I'm going to be doing social media posts about them as well really soon. Yeah, so there we go. So that's that. Anything else? What else is we got going on? Oh, you're in Bosnia. If you're in Bosnia, have you tried GearBest? Adnan, try GearBest. They should have some. They bought an absolute bucket load. So they should still have some. Gosh. So check out GearBest. They post all around the world, and all that stuff. They should have it. They should have it. Feel free to drop me a message if they don't. Vaping Biker in the house. Dean the Vaping Biker is in chat. I can't start again, but we've only really just started because OBS Streamlabs completely bottled it just as I was going live, so I had to switch to old OBS. So there we go. All of China's out of stock. Wow. I'll find some. Drop me a message if you struggle. If you're really struggling, drop me a message. Let's not get bogged down with that old tank. Well, we also had a slick battery change as well. It wasn't slick, but it was slickish. So there we go. Anything else? Any other business before we go? So yeah, coming up we've got the poker kit, followed by the Topside Jewel, followed by the Ring Lord, followed by we don't know. Yeah, Swamp, Squonk, Mike. The trick is not letting it become a jobby job. Exactly. That's it. Can't. This is never ever gonna be my job. It's never ever gonna be my job. I get one new subscriber every year, so it's gonna take at least 180,000 years to be at that point where it would even be a consideration. And I'll probably be dead by then. 180,000 years. So there we go. And so yeah, so because it's a hobby, it's a very different mindset to a lot of other reviewers out there, and I've got to do what I like, which will hopefully translate to things that you like, and there we go. But yeah, I'm not turning my back on smokers or new vapors. It's just all these pods are all the same. Get any of them. Go to a petrol station. So yeah, while he's here, I've already mentioned you already, Dean, but don't forget to check out Dean the Vaping Biker. He's usually live on a Monday night. At 9 on his channel, and that's a much more slick show. It starts on time, all the software works usually, and all that stuff. So check that out. The Monday Night Live is an excellent thing, so go and check that out if you don't see that. I'll be very surprised if there's many people here that haven't seen that. All of China's out of stock. I can't believe that. What else? Is there anything else? Do we need to do the live thing? The live thing. I have said that I'm wanting to make it more constant, or more regular, or more thing. As it stands right now, that's just not really an option. It's gonna have to just fit in with my thing. But if you join my Facebook group or you follow me on social media, you'll know when they're going to happen, because I'll know the day before, the morning of, and I'll give you all plenty of warning. You can watch it on catch up if you're watching it on catch up. But right now, as it stands, I can't commit to a set day. I'm already doing the Ideal Home show on Thursday nights. That's set in stone. So yeah, it's too hard to commit to 2 exact days with all the family stuff and the review queue and all that nonsense. So there we go. Fight predictions for Pacquiao Broner. Pacquiao Broner, very quickly. I think Pacquiao looked really good last time out, and Broner hasn't looked good for ages. I really don't rate Vargas, and he only managed to draw with him. Was it a draw? I think so. So you've got to go with Pacquiao, unless he ages overnight, as they say. You've got to go with Pacquiao to beat Broner. I don't mind Broner. I think most of his success came bullying in the lower weights, didn't it? So maybe, yeah, there we go. Who do I think will be Man United's new manager? I think it will be Zinedine Zidane. There we go. There we go. I'm more interested in Huddersfield Town's new manager. I think David Moyes would be a good shout for that. Quite pragmatic man. He's been around. I'm not a Huddersfield Town fan, but there we go. That's just a little shout on that. When we not Southgate. I can't see it. If Southgate gets the Man United job, player power has just gone to a whole new level. I can't see it. I think he'll want to see his contract out. I think he'll want to see his contract out with England. He's that sort of bloke, isn't he? There we go. Favourite e-juice at the moment? Snickerdoodle. 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 And quite like Snickerdoodle. The only thing with Snickerdoodle, I like saying Snickerdoodle, have you noticed? The only thing with Snickerdoodle is it takes a little while to mature. Other ones I like are Elderflower and Apple from Jeffrey's Vintage Vapes. This one, of course, Nata, of course. I'm really enjoying this as well. Raspberry and Spearmint Tea from Handlebar Vaping Elixir. That is James Blythe. James Blythe's juice. And this is, you can tell by the size of the bottle, this is a thing for me. We've got Black Box Pearl. Black Box Pearl is a thing. I really like Black Box Pearl. I never thought I would ever like that cereal style vape until that came along, and that's a very, very, very good adaptation of that. Yeah, I just said Black Box. Just Black Box Pearl. And the other ones, what's the other one from Black Box? I really like that as well. And not the white gold one, the other one. It's good juice, good juice. Snickerdoodle, actually, I was Damon, the Grumpy Vapor, as it used to be called, just Damon now, I guess. He pointed out, quite rightly, Snickerdoodle isn't strictly anything to do with the Snickers flavour as such. Snickerdoodle is reference to an American treat which is very, very, it's like a bun, but it's very, very similar ingredients to a Snickers. To me it tastes quite a lot like Snickers. I really like Snickers, and now I'm just saying Snickers, Snickers, Snickers. So I stand by what I said. To me it tastes like Snickers, because Snickerdoodle thing in America also tastes like Snickers. I like it. Onyx, Dino, well done. 5 points to you. Yeah, yes. Onyx is a fantastic juice as well from Black Box. Is there any I've not said that I should say? That's it. That's it. My juice thing, like you just seen, my juice thing's pretty boring. They're all pretty set juices. Yes, yeah. Vaping One says, many devices flew under the radar like the Fogworks slider. It would be helpful if there is a video to show and tell about such devices. That's another thing. That's another thing that I am actually going to look at more. Trying to find. I think there's a lot of reviewers doing the same stuff at the moment, and I'm one of them. I'm one of them, and I think one thing for 2019 is I'm gonna try and uncover some hidden gems somehow. So that is an actual thing that I want to do in 2019. So a few things came out of nowhere, like the C-Roll, like the D-Pro. The D-Pro everyone was always going to hear about because it was coil art and they put themselves out there, and so people found out about that. But like other things, they sort of crept onto the scene, and I'm going to try my best to have my peepers out looking for those sort of things in 2019. So that is something I'm gonna really do. Bubbly Blindy, do you like and use 30mm RDAs? No. I don't dislike them. I occasionally use this. This was the Zathog RDA from Morton Owen and Cthulhu. This is 28mm wide, and I quite like it. I quite like the vape on that. But for RDAs, I don't. I guess because I squonk a lot, I don't get these. I don't really get the advantage of the bigger ones. You can get a fantastic flavour and cloud from a 24mm goon, and with a squonk bottle underneath, it doesn't really matter how deep the juice well is, so I don't get massive advantage out of them. The one thing you can do is the insane builds with the big ones. So if you're really into your building and stuff, yeah, that's cool. It's all good, it's all cool. But I'm not super personally into them. I don't have a big collection of big RDAs. I don't even have that many mods that can fit big RDAs. Swampy Squonk Mike, spot on, spot on. He says, I feel that Ringlord would be boss if 24, but possibly under, but won't hold my breath. Yes, that is one thing that I will be saying in the Ringlord RDA, that with a proper top cap, a normal top cap, not a glass one, and shrinking the whole design in could be incredibly effective for this RDA. In my opinion, it is possible, and it's definitely something they should look at doing. Spot on, correct, 100% correct. Dean the Vaping Biker says the Ardent RDA on the Dreamer is good. Right, what else do we need to? What else do we need to say? I think that's it. I think we're reaching that natural kind of ending. A good dual coil dripper RDA would be a good find this year. Don't seem very popular at the moment. It's the squonk thing, isn't it? Dino says that. It's a squonk thing, isn't it? I think squonking has opened people's eyes to flavour some dripping. I think there was a little segment of time where most of the people pulled out the RDA, the dripper, for dripping if they really just wanted to chuck some clouds. And so all the RDAs were aimed at that for a little while, and then when squonking came along, RDAs became more of a day-to-day constant thing. And then when that happens, the wattage goes down, and you end up with all these single coil options. I mean, the Goon 24 and the Goon 25, brilliant dual coil RDAs. So something needs to come along and beat that. Obviously, the Drop Dead was a dual coil RDA and a very good one as well, in my opinion. The Enforcer 21700 with the Reload X is awesome. The Enforcer 21700, I'm not even sure I've heard of it. That's another thing I've been doing, probably wrongly, is I've been very tunnel vision because again, it's just a hobby, because it's part-time. I'm only focusing on my review queue and not looking around all the time, and so I was like, really want to nail my opinion on this item, and so I'm only looking at this item, and I haven't been looking around at what I haven't been getting. So the things I haven't been receiving, I'm almost completely blind to, and that needs to change. Yep, but Blindy, if you drip and you like your big RDAs, all power to you. I like to drip sometimes too. There's a certain satisfaction to it. I like the fiddliness of it. If I'm just watching telly or a film or something, I really like just dripping. I like messing with it. And the flavour's sensational, because with dripping, you get that big saturated vape every time, and you can just chuck as much power as you want through it, and all that sort of stuff. So I do still enjoy dripping, and the big RDAs are brilliant for that. Check that one out, the Zathog RDA, if you like your big RDAs, because it's a very good vape. It's a crazy deck, but it works. So there we go. Yes, yeah, I'm definitely going to be trying to broaden my horizons. By being more picky, I'll have a less intense queue, and with a less intense queue, I'll have more opportunity to seek out different stuff. That's the plan. That's the plan. So I think that is it. So, like I say, stay tuned to the social media about the Saveur accessories, Saveur tank accessories. Thank you to everyone who subscribed and helped me hit 14,000 subscribers. That's really cool. Thank you to everyone that voted for me on EC Click Awards. That's really cool as well. Well done to the people that won it, and all the people that won it, all those categories. Yeah, so that's the thing. And yes, stay tuned for the review of the Topside Jewel and the review of the Poker. and the review of the Ring Lord. I can't say that without smiling, so that's going to be a fun video. Yeah, get the hexarm out. Oh, I am going to dig the hexarm out because what I'm going to do is I'm going to put this on top. I'm going to, you know, like when you see people with a white Range Rover, I'm going to go for the all white Range Rover style vape. I'm going to put this on the this is the Nunchaku RDA on top of the hexarm for a bit and get my drip on. So that's the thing. A giveaway coming again. Social media is the best place to keep an eye on that. And all that good stuff. All that good stuff. Thank you very much for watching. Tickle that like button if you want. If you didn't like it, I'm really sorry about the start and the delayed start. And then when the battery went on the camera, I'm really sorry about that stuff. They will get slicker the more I do. I promise. I think. I hope. But if you didn't enjoy it, that's what I was saying. If you didn't enjoy it, double tap that thumbs down. That's what YouTube says to do about that. So double tap that thumbs down if you didn't like it. Tap that like button if you liked it. And yeah, a review up tomorrow, and we will crack on with 2019. We'll crack on with it. Yeah, cheers everyone. Bye bye. It's got this cringy bit where I've got to go and